Hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. A few people have asked for a VeChain update, and there we are. We can take a look here on the price come from Bitfinex, VeChain US dollars, and the 8-hour chart. What you can see here is the scenario that I just continue to stick with, so nothing has changed. I stick with my scenario that we started back in April, a correction. We had a top of a wave here, a peak of a wave 1, Elliott waves. So you come up here in an impulsive move to the upside, you mark a larger wave 1, then we started a correction A, B, C, that was part of a larger A wave, then we had a B wave, corrective, from that low here that we highlighted or that we created in the middle of May, 19th of May, we had a low there, then we came up in a corrective move B. Pretty much what Bitcoin did as well, but Bitcoin did overshoot the previous high. So I think VeChain did a proper wave B, as you would normally expect it, not an overshooting wave B. So what we did here is we came all the way down, taking a look at the fib levels, and that wave B came perfectly to the 0.618 fib level here at 19.6 cents. So a perfect wave B, which makes me again very confident that this actually was a wave B and not anything else, because that is what waves B normally do. They come back, for example, ideally to the 0.618 fib level, and then we are now coming down in a final sell-off, but this has temporarily stopped. We have a turnaround here. We've already nearly come into my target area. This is sitting between 3.5 and 6 cents. So I would expect still the price to land there, because in a final sell-off in a wave C, that you have here, you have to come down lower than the wave A here. Okay, so we have to come lower than the wave A, otherwise it is not a proper wave C. I mean, there are of course potentially other counts possible, other wave counts, but I think this is the most likely scenario, because it does this very, very clear larger wave B here, very clear, and now we're coming down very impulsively. Now this never goes down in just one straight line, never. So you have these corrections of an impulsive downtrend, which what a wave C is. It's nothing else than an impulsive downtrend. In this case, it can also go up a wave C, but in this case it goes down. It is basically just a impulsive wave within a correction. So that's what we're doing. And of course, within these waves, you get subwaves, you get smaller waves within waves and so on. And therefore we are currently going up, following Bitcoin a little bit to the upside, but now we've lost again, as you can see here on TradingView, roughly 9%. In my view, this also has a corrective nature, this uptrend here, this short uptrend that we're doing. We started to move through the fib levels here, through the EMAs, but today we've lost them again, as you can see here. In my view, that just shows sort of the weakness in the chart. Overall, what we've done so far is just another lower high compared to what we did here. Yes, we broke the downtrend, but I'm still waiting for us to get into this area. And this is, oftentimes people tell me I'm one of the most bearish channels on YouTube. Well, that's not true, but I just have to make you aware. I'll also make you aware what in my view is going to happen after we move into this yellow target area. And these are new all-time highs. I think when we get into this target area finally, possibly in Q1, then after this you're going to see a VeChain that can do a 10x and maybe even 20x, but probably not 20x next year. But I think we could see a 10x next year, without a doubt. I mean, if you get as low as 3.5 cents, I think a 10x is pretty much guaranteed next year. Don't quote me on that though, because nothing is ever certain in this space, but we can look at probabilities. And even now, I mean, a 9-cent VeChain, these prices are just, they're good. It's just, I would buy all the time if I could, but it's just you can't just buy everything. But I still expect us to get into this level. But before we do that, we probably see here something like a head and shoulders that might be forming. If this uptrend is continuing, together with Bitcoin, I don't know if you've seen my Bitcoin videos, I expect Bitcoin to land in, if I zoom out here on the Bitcoin chart, in this region here, this yellow target area between 55 and 63K. That again is based on very much the same pattern that VeChain did. And from there then the final sell-off. So I would expect VeChain to follow here, even though the VeChain chart looks even more bearish in my view than the Bitcoin chart. especially as we didn't do that overshooting wave B. The chart generally looks weaker than the Bitcoin chart, and therefore maybe here in this short uptrend we might not even get into this area here. We'll see. But this area is lying between 12 or let me just double check, 13 cents and 16.2, and again that is based on fib levels. If I take the high of the wave B all the way to the low here, you can see this is the 0.5 and the I think the 0.786 fib level. We can double check that. Start here from the wave B, go down all the way to the low, and there you can see, I just have done this quickly here just now, so it's not that accurate, that fib, but it's lying between the 0.5 and the 0.786 fib level. That's a very likely area. In an ideal case, you get to this 14-cent level here, the 0.618. This is also where I've highlighted it here with the red arrow. That's where I would expect the price to land and then to bounce off and move down into this yellow target area down here before we move up, go to new all-time highs next year. And I did highlight the previous the price targets for next year already. And ideally in that next move to the upside, again, nothing moves in a straight line. Also next year, then when we see this uptrend to new all-time highs, nothing goes in a straight line. So you will see ups and downs and everything. So, but ideally, at least I would expect the price to land here in the 45-cent area. Probably more likely here 55 cents. Yeah, and that would be easily a 10x, as you can see. Before that, however, I do expect this drop, but I personally, I wouldn't wait just for the price to get in here. I would, if I was interested in VeChain, I have VeChain, but I'm currently just not stocking up. There are other cryptos I'm investing in more at the moment, and I have my buy and limit orders sets anyway. My buy orders and limit orders set anyway. I would, you could dollar cost average in. That would be a way to do it. The prices at the moment are really, really interesting. Especially if you consider, or my expectation is, as I said, to come up higher here before we drop down, and here you could then realize some profits. No financial advice, that's one way to do it. And then if we turn around here, buying the dip even lower and then going higher, but this is of course not guaranteed. I always just want to stress it, because some people think this is going to happen 100% just because a TA says it. No, I mean, this could be flawed. Nothing is perfect, and these are just probabilities. And if I had to give this a probability that we come down into this target area, I would probably give it a 75 to 80%. A probability to go through to all-time highs from here, only I would say 15 to 20%. So that's how I see this, and I expect this for the whole crypto market. Basically, if you know my other TAs, they are all based on a similar structure here. Just of course with different, price targets and fib levels. The only one that really differentiates itself from all of this is Cardano, which has done a different wave count, and there's another one which I can't remember at the moment. But yeah, that's what I expect for VeChain. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.